What's good, family? Welcome back to another video. Before we get into today's topic, I just want to wish everybody out there a good Monday. I hope you're manifesting the life of your dreams. I hope you're making strides and the right steps towards where you want to be in life. And I hope that you took time out today to connect with nature, connect with your higher self, and to gain insight on who you are and why you're here. Now, with that out the way, I want to talk about animals. Do animals read our electromagnetic field? More specifically, what people like to call the aura. Do animals read it? Now, if you ask me, based off of my personal experiences, I'm inclined to believe that animals do read our aura, and here's why. So, recently I've been paying attention to the way animals behave around me, and I've noticed one common thing with every animal that I've ever encountered. And before I go any further, I want to say this. When I say animals, I'm specifically talking about birds, cats, and dogs. I can't really speak for any other animal because I've never really had an encounter with any other animal. So I should really be naming this video, Do Pets Read Our Aura? And I also want to say this before I go any further. We're going to talk about this subject and we're going to ignore the fact that animals come in different genders. All right, so I don't know what gender dog I came across. I don't know what gender bird I came across. So we're just going to assume that every single dog, cat, and bird that I came across was a male. I don't know that for sure, but I can't tell you what it was because I don't remember. So, and I also want to say this. Keep in mind, not every animal has a soul inhabiting it. What do I mean? Some animals are GMO, meaning they were created inside of a lab, crossbreeded. These animals are mocks, they're robots, they're synthetic, they're programs. They don't have a soul inhabiting them. So keep that in mind when you come across an animal. Now, all those things out the way, let's get into today's topic. I'm inclined to believe that animals can read our aura, and here's why. Every time I'm around an animal, or every time an animal is around me, that animal is calm, it's collected, it's relaxed, it's not tense, it's not worried, it's not in fear. The animal just seems to be calm whenever it's around me. I'm going to talk about birds because I've had experience with birds, more specifically this one bird. I remember this was about a week ago. I was working at my job and I remember pushing carts. I was collecting these carts from a corral and I looked down, I looked to my left and I see a little bird just sitting there watching me push these carts. Now, keep in mind this bird was in my way, so I couldn't grab the carts out because if I did, I would have ran over the bird. So I just sat there, I let the carts go, and I look at the bird. And I remember taking my phone out and recording it. If I can show you guys the video in this video, then I will post it. But if I'm not able to show you guys the video that I recorded, then I apologize. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. But I remember watching the bird, recording it, and after I'm done pressing record, I put my phone away and the bird is still there. It's still there chilling, watching me, doing my job. And at this point, the bird just kind of starts to walk away. It goes inside like a little grass patch. But mind you, it's still like less than 10 feet away from me. And it's just watching me do my job. So I finally take the carts out. I turn around as I'm beginning to push the carts towards the store. I turn around. I see the same bird still sitting there, still chilling around me. Usually, you would think, right? Usually when you go outside and you come across a bird, usually that bird would fly away like that. It would fly away or it would hobble away. It wouldn't just chill near you, right? Now me, however, when I'm around this bird, it just happened to be chill. It didn't fly away. It didn't hobble away. It didn't have any fear. It didn't tense up. It didn't call for any of its other birds to come and attack me. Like, it was just chilling. So I'm inclined to believe that that bird saw me, read my electromagnetic field. It's such a mouthful. Read my electromagnetic field and said, you know what, this person doesn't mean any harm. I'm cool here. I don't need to fly anywhere. Now, obviously, that's not a bird's thought process, but you know, that's what I'm inclined to believe through my experiences. Now, when it comes to dogs, I'm not gonna lie, me and dogs used to not get along. I used to be terrified of dogs. And this all basically stemmed from an experience that I had as a child. Now, for those of y'all that don't know, I was actually bitten by a dog. I was bitten on the head and I was bitten on the arm. Now, I can go more in depth about this story in another video, but for the sake of this timing and for the sake of YouTube, because I know YouTube likes to cut me off whenever I'm in the middle of explaining something. So for the sake of the video, I got bit, and ever since then, I've been afraid of dogs. I'm talking about terrified. Like, I would not go to any of my friends' house if they had a dog. And if they did had a dog, I'd be on the phone with them. I'd be like, yo, I'm not coming to your house unless you put that dog in a cage, in another room, or if that dog is small. I'm not coming to your house. Like, literally, I would not go to anybody's house if they had a dog. And, you know, over time, I started to, you know, fight that fear. I would show up to my friend's house, but this time that dog would be in a cage. And then, you know, as time goes by, I would go to my friend's house and the dog would be loose and I would be chill. You know, it would sniff me, it would read my aura, and, you know, it would get a sense of who I am, be familiar with me, and then it would be chill. The dog would do its own thing, it would leave me alone, and that's that. Um, but yeah, I remember being just so terrified of dogs growing up. And that's honestly what made it worse. Because I feel like if you're afraid around of a dog, if you give off that energy that you're afraid, oh, like you're scared, like, oh, I don't like dogs, that's only gonna feed the dog more. That's only like the dog feeds off that. That's only gonna give the dog more power. It's only gonna give the dog more strength. Like, look at it this way. Let's say you walk in a house and immediately you're just like that. The dog's gonna see you and it's gonna be like, yo, do you see him? Like, look how he's acting right now. Look, like I just made him act out of character. I just made him weaken himself. I just put him in a scared state of mind. And that makes me feel good. So I'm gonna keep barking. I'm gonna keep barking. I'm gonna keep getting closer. I'm gonna keep trying to, you know, scare the living hell out of this person because it makes me feel good, right? So honestly, when you're scared and when you act scared around a dog, that honestly makes things worse. So it's best to just go into it, be calm and collected, let the dog sniff you, let the dog lick you, pet it a little bit, and then once it gets familiar with you, it'll leave you alone. um so yeah, over time, I was never really cool with dogs, but as I gotten older, I started to face my fear, and you know, I couldn't escape it. Every single friend that I have has a dog, so I can't escape a dog. I just have to learn to deal with it. So yeah, dogs have become more cool around me, you know, and I know this to be true because there was this one dog that I could never get along with. I'm talking about every time I would come there, it would bark at me. But it wasn't until the other night when I actually came to my friend's house again, that same dog that I didn't get along with, it started to get along with me. It started to be around me. I started to pet it a little bit and things were cool. You know, there was no stress, there was no worry. The dog was cool. So when it comes to cats, um, I feel like me, in my personal experience, cats seem to be a little scared at first. Like whenever I come around a cat, they seem to be like tense. They seem to be like they want to run away. You know, they try not to be in the same room as me, but you kind of just have to, or at least me, I have to kind of warm up to the cat. I have to, you know, get on my knees and like, you know, like try to draw the cat in, you know, give it my hand, give it a treat. Like it takes a lot for me to get a cat to be comfortable with me. But once I get it to be comfortable, oh, is it comfortable? I'm talking about the cat's laying on me. It's like it's rubbing against my side, it's rubbing against my leg, it's rubbing against my body. Once I get that cat comfortable, it's gonna want to be around me like nonstop. So all this to say, I do believe animals can read your aura. They're not, I mean, I was gonna say they're no different from us, but they are different. All right, there's difference in everything, but they still have a soul. Most animals still have a soul. They still have a spirit. All right, they still have a subconscious mind. They still have a mind. They still have emotions. So with all that into consideration, yes, an aura can read, or an aura, an animal can read your aura. Yes, an animal can read your aura because it it senses you as soon as like it senses you before you even approach the animal. You know what I'm saying? Like animals, they have a their senses are way stronger than ours. So they can sense you before you even make an appearance, you know? So I really believe that animals can read our aura, and I really believe that once you get an animal comfortable enough that it will want to be around you. And I want to say this as well. If you do happen to have an animal chilling around you, whether it's a dog, whether it's a cat, hell, whether it's a snake, a lizard, whether it's a bird, whatever it is, if you do happen to get an animal near you, that's an indication that you yourself have a strong aura. That's an indication that you yourself have a strong electromagnetic field. And and when you have a strong electromagnetic field, that makes you a magnet for things that match your vibration. Makes sense? So by you having a strong aura, other animals can sense that, and as a result they would want to be around you because they can sense your good energy. They can sense your what the good energy that you give off. They can sense that you have a strong electromagnetic field. So yeah, take that into consideration. If you do have animals roaming near you, or if you do happen to have dogs, like even dogs, like dogs that bark at everybody, but they don't bark around you, then that's an indicator that you have a strong aura. And keep it up. Keep raising your vibration. Keep eating healthy. Keep meditating. Keep getting some sun. Keep going out in nature. You're doing it good. You're doing it right. So, with all that being said, if y'all let this video motivated, if y'all let this video inspired, or if you let this video a better person, then I did my part. Other than that, peace, love, positivity. I love y'all. Take care of yourself. Did you see that? Like, I subconsciously did this. That was weird. But anyway, I love y'all. Take care of yourself. Peace.